Dear students, we learn chapter first introduction to macroeconomics. Macroeconomics is very much about tying together facts and theories. Don Bush, Pissar studies. Learning objectives to enlighten the evolution, importance, and the basic concept of macroeconomics and to understand the functioning of an economy. Introduction. The subject economics is classified into two branches, namely microeconomics and macroeconomics. Ragnar Pitz, a Norwegian economist and the co-recipient of the first Nobel Prize in Economics Sciences, coined the words micro meaning small and macro meaning large in the year 1933. However, macroeconomics in its modern form began with John Maynard Keynes and his book The General Theory of Employment, Interest and Money, published in 1936. Keynes offered an explanation for fallout from the Great Depression when goods remained unsold and workers unemployed. Hence, Keynes is regarded as the father of modern macroeconomics. Meaning of macroeconomics. The word macro is derived from the Greek word makros, meaning large. Hence, macroeconomics is the study of the economy as a whole. In other words, macroeconomics deals with aggregates such as national income, employment, and output. Macroeconomics is also known as income theory. The subject matter is covered in macroeconomics are the areas such as employment, national income, inflation, business cycle, poverty, inequality, disparity, investment and saving, capital formation, infrastructure development, international trade, balance of trade and balance of payments, exchange rate and economic growth are the subject matters covered in macroeconomics. Importance of macroeconomics. The importance and the need for introducing a macro outlook of an economy are given below. There is a need to understand the functioning of the economy at the aggregate level to evolve suitable strategies and to solve the basic problem prevailing in an economy. Understanding the future problems, needs and challenges of an economy as a whole is important to evolve precautionary measures. Macroeconomics provides ample opportunities to use scientific investigation to understand the reality. Macroeconomics helps to make meaningful comparison and analysis of economic indicators. Macroeconomics helps for better prediction about future and to formulate suitable policies to avoid economic crises. Scope of macroeconomics. The study of macroeconomics has wide scope and it covers the major areas as follows. First one, national income. Measurement of national income and its composition by sectors are the basic aspect of macroeconomic analysis. The trends in national income and its composition provide a long-term understanding of the growth process of an economy. Inflation. Inflation refers to steady increase in general price level. Estimating the general price level by constructing various price index numbers such as wholesale price index, consumer price index, etc. are needed. Business cycle. Almost all economics face the problem of business fluctuation and business cycle. The cycle moments boom, recession, depression and recovery in the economy need to be carefully studied based on aggregate economic variables. Next, poverty and unemployment. The major problems of most resource rich nations are poverty and unemployment. This is one of the economic products. A clear understanding about the magnitude of poverty and unemployment facilitates allocation of resources and initiating corrective measures. Economic growth. The growth and development of an economy and the factors determining them could be understood only through macro analysis. Economic policies. Macroeconomics is significant for evolving suitable economic policies. Economic policies are necessary to solve the basic problem, to overcome the obstacle, and to achieve growth. Next, limitations. Macroeconomics suffers from certain limitations. They are: there is a danger of excessive generalization of economy as a whole. It assumes homogeneity among the individual units. There is a fallacy of composition. What is good of an individual need not to be good for nation and vice versa. And what is good for country is not good for another country and at another time. Many non-economic factors determine economic activities, but they do not find place in the usual macroeconomic books. Make economy and its type. The term economy has been defined by A.J. Brown as a system by which people earn their living. J.R. Kicks defined as an economy is a cooperation of producer and workers to make goods and services that satisfy the wants of the consumer. In short, an economy is referred to any system or area where economic activities are carried out. Each economy has its own character. Accordingly, the function or activities also vary. The functioning of an economy by its activities is explained in flowchart 1. Functioning of an economy based on activities. You see in the flowchart below from external activities, activities of other economics leads to supporting economic and non-economic activities of an economy, then exchange activity. External activity, production activity and consumption activity that lead to growth. In an economy, the fundamental economic activities are production and consumption. These two economic activities are supported by several other activities. The ultimate aim of these activities is to achieve growth. The exchange activity supports the production and consumption activities. These activities are influenced by several economic and non-economic activities. The major economic activities include transportation, banking, advertising, planning, government policy, and others. The major non-economic activities are environment, health, education, entertainment, governance, regulations, etc. In addition to these supporting activities, external activities from other economics such as import, export, international relation, immigration, foreign investment, foreign exchange earnings, etc. also influence the entire functioning of the economy. Economies can be classified into different types based on the status of development: developed, underdeveloped, undeveloped, and developing economies. System of activities: capitalistic, socialistic, and mixed economies. Scale of activities: small and large economies. Nature of functioning: static and dynamic economies. Nature of operation: closed and open economies. Nature of advancement: traditional and modern economies. Level of national income: low income, middle income, and higher income. That's all.